What up, world? Established Rich coming right back at you. I got to get back into this young scooter story because the 911 call has been released. The call that made the police even show up to the house that young scooter was at. This call sounds shaky. If you ever been in a dope game or been around anybody in a dope game, you've heard of how baby mamas would call and blow up the spot if they didn't get this or if they didn't get that. That's kind of what this sounds like to me. But I'm gonna let y'all check it out and I'll give you my commentary afterwards.
Tonight at 6, Atlanta police are asking for the public's help in identifying a woman's voice on a 911 call. Now, this is in connection to the death of rapper Young Scooter last Friday. Police say the rapper, whose real name is Kenneth Bailey, died from a leg injury that he got while running from officers. They say they responded to a home in Lakewood Heights on Friday over reports about a fight and possible shots fired. In the new 911 call, a woman describes to the dispatcher what she says she saw.
I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting.
Again, police are asking for help. They are trying to identify the woman on the call. At the same time, the GBI is conducting its own death investigation. We'll have much more tonight on 11 Live News at 11.
Atlanta 911 operator 8715. What is the location of your emergency?
The location is 27.
With a transfer. 1 second, ma'am, for 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast.
273 William Nye.
Yeah.
No, it's 273 William. Oh, you said Nye, NYE, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you to Kat. Hello, caller.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Do you need police, fire, EMS?
Actually, both. If you could say both. There was literally a shooting. The house, literally the neighbors next door, the house of the address that I just gave you, the 273. There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house.
What's your name?
I'm sorry. What is my name?
Okay. Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically, like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding the guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's like the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there, and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
How many shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt.
And they're coming from 273 William Nye Drive?
That's not, yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like they brought her, the guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out. And he's refusing to let her out. And it's like 7 guys in the house.
Okay. Give me one moment.
There's also a child in danger as well because she has a baby.
Okay, you said the female is naked?
Yeah, she's naked and she's bleeding profusely from her head.
Okay. Can you give me a description of the male?
The male is like has like a caramel complexion, low haircut.
Is he black, white, Hispanic, or Asian?
He's black and he drives.
What color shirt and pants do he have on?
Blue, regular blue jeans and like a regular like t-shirt. I'm not sure. I didn't really get the. Okay, I'm not sure if it was blue or black.
Okay, dark t-shirt. And what about the female?
She's light skinned and she has black hair. She's probably about 5'3", 130 pounds.
What? Okay. And you said she's naked. Okay. Give me one moment. Let me get EMS on the line.
Okay.
You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in the order received. You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in the order received. You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang
Hello,
up.
ma'am. Can you tell me what they're doing right now?
Right now they're still battling. She's trying to get out, and the person is refusing to let her get out.
You have reached Grady EMS. Do not hang up. Your call will be answered in the order received.
EMS, what's the address of the emergency?
Hey, Grady, it's Atlanta with a transfer. The caller is advised in 273 William Nye Drive, Southeast. Let me give you a little bit about what's going on at this location. There's a male at the location that's fighting a female. She is naked. A shooting, shots were fired. About 3 shots were fired.
Second. Repeat the address for me.
273 William Nye, NYE Drive, Southeast.
Oh, okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
Go ahead, caller, and let her know what happened.
Hello.
Well, before I get into that, is this a business house or an apartment?
This is a house, and I think you guys should get here quick because this girl he's really hitting her, and it's a child involved. And it's like 7 guys in the house, and they all have guns. You guys need to hurry and get here before she doesn't make it.
Ma'am, we already have help organized for her. What's the phone number you're calling from? Exactly what happened?
There's a situation going on in this house. There's 7 guys that live here, and they're basically, I'm not sure if they're running some type of sex traffic. This individual, she's a 5'2", light-skinned female, black hair. She ran outside naked, bleeding from her face. She tried to get away. She was dragged back into the house, and they're holding her hostage, and then there was a baby involved. So this situation is really serious, and he's punching her. If you guys don't get her, she's going to be really hurt.
Atlanta, what's your operator number?
8715.
And do you already have PD en route?
PD has been notified and it's being started.
Okay, stand by for
What's
fire.
your operator?
I'm
on
8.
You on fire?
Stand by. I'm not sure if the protocol is requested.
Okay.
Ma'am, are you with the patient now?
No, I'm a neighborhood watch. I'm just literally a neighborhood watch. I'm not in the house.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay, no problem. About how old do you think she is?
She has to be about maybe, she looks a little underage, but I don't want to say that. You know, looks can be deceiving. So she's roughly, I'll say let's just say between 18 and 21. Somewhere between that.
Is she awake?
What do you mean is she awake? He's beating her bloody.
Conscious?
He's beating her bloody. He's dragged her back in the house.
Is she breathing?
Ma'am, he dragged her back in the house.
Okay, I understand that. I'm going to ask you some more questions. I understand you're not able to see what exactly is going on now. But just answer the questions to the best of your ability.
Okay.
Were any weapons involved?
Everyone in the house has weapons.
Okay.
The 7 guys that live there, they're roommates or something like that. I don't know if all 7 live there, but it's typically about the same amount that's there every day.
Okay. Is there any serious bleeding?
She's bleeding from her face, like the whole front of her face. She's bleeding profusely, and then there's a child involved.
Okay. Is she responding normally?
Are you serious, ma'am?
Yes, I'm serious. I need to know for the paramedics if she's completely alert.
How can I assess if she is alert if I just told you they dragged her back in the house?
So like I advised earlier, just answer to the best of your ability.
She was breathing when she was outside trying to get away.
Hello, caller. If you don't know, you can just say unknown. That'll suffice. Okay.
Okay.
Is she having any difficulty breathing?
I don't know.
Thank you for that. Atlanta is not requesting for fire to go out there.
Okay, we do have PD started to this location. 2 officers are en route.
I'm clear on 2 officers en route. Thank you.
All right, Atlanta is disconnecting. All right, thank you, caller.
So let's get this straight. It's Scooter's 39th birthday. He kicking it at a spot. And out of nowhere, this woman calls 911 saying what you just heard. She gets on the phone and she says there's a naked woman being drugged out of a house. She claims this woman is bleeding profusely from the head. And she says a child is being held hostage. She even throws in that some people are coming back to shoot up the place. I mean, she made this sound like a war zone. But here's the thing. When the police got there, wasn't none of that. There's no naked woman, no blood, no shooters, no hostage, no kid in danger.
Nothing.
And when the cops tried to approach the house, somebody slammed the door in their face. That's when young Scooter and another man ran out the back. And during that chase, Scooter tried to hop a fence, tore his femoral artery, and eventually died from his injury. Now listen, I don't know what was really going on at that house, and I ain't here to defend or condemn that. But what I do know is that the woman who made this 911 call, she sounded personal. Not like she was just reporting a crime, like she was trying to get this house taken down. In the call, she said she's a part of the neighborhood watch. Then she starts talking about how they been dealing drugs, pimping, waving guns around, like she been waiting for a reason to call the cops on that house. And this time, she did it with a story so wild, the police had to pull up strap. But none of it was real. So here's my question. If this woman lied, if she fabricated this whole situation, isn't she responsible for what happened next? Because Scooter ain't died from no shootout. He died running from a house that got red flagged off a lie. A lie that put him in flight mode, panic mode, and led to a fence hop that caused his injury. And people can say, well, why did he run? Let's be real. When you come from the background he come from and you hear the police knocking, your first instinct is to run. When you come from a certain background, you thinking about survival. You thinking about staying out of the system. And maybe Scooter wasn't trying to get caught up in something that didn't have nothing to do with him. All I'm saying is, if she made this up, then she should be charged with contributing to that man's death. Because a lie like that, that's not just false reporting. It's a death sentence for somebody who never saw it coming. Can you imagine the police showing up to your house after hearing a 911 call like this? And Scooter wasn't just a rapper. He was a father, a son, a brother. And whether you listen to his music or not, what happened to him should matter. Because if we start allowing people to weaponize 911 calls and it cost someone their life, that's a problem way bigger than rap. Rest in peace, young Scooter. Established rich. I'll be back with another one. Peace.